We find our
Hey,
podcast on the Will Rogers Experiment.
Yes, what's going on today?
Well, we're voting today. It is voting day today.
Election day.
Tuesday, election day, runoff election going on right now.
Oh, okay, one thing. Hey, whoever keeps writing us every week and saying these aren't on, yes, they're on.
They're on.
They go into this goes into that, and then the other one goes
This
into
and
something
that.
else.
Yeah, we got these lapel mics
Right.
here that we're clipping on here, and that's for the Facebook Live.
Right.
And then
YouTube gets
YouTube
just
just
regular
goes to your
mic.
phone, and then these are actually for the actual
Right.
podcast because we're recording to recording software, and then I'll edit that, burn it down, and get it out to the mediums where you can listen to it on iHeartRadio
Yes.
and Amazon and Spotify and Apple
And if you
and
can't
just
hear
about
us,
a dozen other places.
Turn it up.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. Okay, so voting is today. And I went down to the State Board of Education this morning because I'm a little miffed that people won't vote in these elections. That's how Ryan Walters got in.
Yeah,
He got to a
that's right.
runoff and then nobody elected. I mean,
No,
nobody
no,
voted.
no.
Bob Lynn and the losers over at OCPAC and the city elders voted.
So come on, you moderate Republicans
Yeah.
that probably listen to our show.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, please vote for
Robert Franklin. And
Robert
look,
Franklin, man. Vote for that guy because the other guy is a nut. I mean, the guy I put out a deal yesterday where he talks about how men need to take control of women. That's what he said. That's in his book. He has a book that says this. He's a Christian nationalist scumbag who has nothing about education in mind. It's all culture war with that guy. It'll be nothing but complete chaos
So
and just
he taught an AP class, and Sandra
In history.
Valentine's daughter was in the class and asked him a question at an event and said, "How many kids passed?" No one.
Huh.
So he's a shitty teacher on top of it.
wow.
I'm sorry, but if you teach an AP class and nobody passes, that's you.
That's you. That's the teacher.
Because the kids that are taking AP
How
are
does
smart.
he get it? How he does he even have a teaching? He doesn't even have a teaching degree. He's an emergency certified,
Yeah,
right?
he's a preacher.
He's emergency certified.
You and I are both preachers, right? Aren't you an internet
I
preacher?
don't know.
Oh, I'm an internet preacher.
Hey, you know what? I am actually a certified minister.
Right, me too.
No
I'm not
religious
preacher,
denomination,
minister,
not
right.
religious.
Yeah.
But I can marry. I
Both
can
of
marry
us.
people.
Right. Probably about the same degree he's got.
Pretty much.
Look, here's the challenge today for those of you moderate Republicans, because you guys are the issue, not the problem,
Yeah.
but the issue. So
You are.
solve
Yeah.
our problems and let's bring our state back to normalcy.
Yeah.
Any of the Democratic runoffs today, the only one that look, Nikayla Jasmine Thomas is running against Jim Priest. You and I both voted for different people on that one, and that's okay. That race is going to be very hard to win in
Yeah.
the
It's
fall.
statewide.
Kevin Hearn has $100 million. So that
We're
race
in a
is
red state. We're in a majority Republican state.
it's important to
gonna be
Democrats, but it's going to be rough. The county commissioner won. Jessica Clayton is a Brian Mon plant, and Kayla Baker is a Brian Mon plant. One Republican, one Democrat.
Yeah.
So Brian Mon's trying to take over the county. So please don't vote for either
So
one
if
of
you're
them.
District 1 over there,
Don't vote for Kayla Baker.
go for low.
Even though I can't stand Lowe.
Yeah.
I literally don't like him as a person.
Yeah.
But he's
yeah.
way better than the other
He's
person.
better. He's better than the
Yeah.
other person. Absolutely.
I know. How sad is that
I
that's
know,
where we
uh,
are? Okay, so
But the important thing is, the very important stuff besides all that are the state questions. There's 2 state questions on there, and they are both no's. And I'm
What about-
surprised even Republicans have on their pages to vote no on these. Because it's a total power grab by Kyle Hilbert. That's what it is.
So if you don't know
Both of
who Kyle Hilbert is, look him up. He looks like somebody's little brother and looks really nice, like Opie from Mayberry, and he's a scumbag.
He's the Speaker of the
Yeah.
Oklahoma House, and he's looking to gain more power. And even though these 2 state questions are different issues, they're worded the same. In other words, give the legislature the power
Mhm.
to write the law
To
later.
determine, yeah.
And of course, since Kyle Hilbert is the Speaker of the House, guess what? He gets to decide what bills hit the floor,
What
what
goes
goes
on.
to committee, what goes on. So his fingers are all going to be in that pie when it comes to writing the laws, when it comes to voter ID. And
Right.
the other issue
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So the question for moderate Republicans out there, and we have a lot that watch our show, and we have a lot of moderate Democrats, and we've got people on the other sides, because you and I are a pretty fun show.
I guess so.
So we have to look at and go, so you've got Robert Franklin for school superintendent. What are you doing for governor? Or do we really want Mike Mazie for governor doing all this
Spent
weird stuff?
$3,000 on grooming. I mean, what was that about?
He needs to get a refund.
I guess
What
I
did
got
he
it.
groom?
I don't know.
Did he get a Brazilian blowout?
I know. Well, the problem with Mazzy is he will sell us up the river quick.
He has a problem. If he was in my bar, I would not serve him another drink.
But he's got a bigger problem than that, is that he is paid for play.
Yeah.
And we see it.
Yeah.
Paid Roger Stone's wife's
$65,000.
LLC out of a condo, $86,000 to get him an endorsement
No,
from
I
Trump.
thought it was 60. Okay.
He's loaned his campaign $11 million.
that
And this
we
is the big
know
one.
of.
That we know. And this is the big one. This is the big one because see, in the law, he's able to recoup that money on future campaign donations even while he's in office.
Right.
So he can take favors like, hey man, I need a pardon. Here's $1
Right.
million to pay off your loan.
Right.
Oh, well, you got a pardon. Hey, State Farm, who's endorsing him now? State
Oh, no way.
Farm, who's giving him a bunch of money. Yes. So what do you, the people that are screwing everybody over in Oklahoma with their insurance rates and not paying out any kind of, damages or anything, is now giving Mike Mazzei a bunch of money. And so this is going to be pay for play. It's total corruption.
Right.
And so, on that side, even though we talked about Drummond's problems with xenophobia and everything else, he's really the better pick on that side of the aisle.
In Oklahoma, stuff like that just doesn't land like it does in other parts of the country.
Yeah.
Because he's a Republican. So it isn't that it's okay, but it is in their party.
Yeah.
It is.
And he
And
also
so
does
do we-
anything Trump's going to tell him.
Right.
Yeah, that's Mazzei, say, I'm for Trump. I'll do anything Trump tells
Right.
me. Trump doesn't live in Oklahoma. He shouldn't be represented by our governor at all.
And in his health, he ain't going to be around long.
That's why Mazzei all of a sudden flipped to be for the smelter in Inola, who are taking,
Yeah,
they're taking,
it's a huge deal.
yeah.
Look, the challenge for Democrats in Oklahoma, and I wouldn't say for independents, but just Democrats, because I had some independents that were mad they didn't get to vote, and you go, it's a Democratic primary. Literally, I believe in what the Democratic Party did this time, and that's why we got different candidates.
Yeah.
Is it you and I are older white guys.
Yeah.
It does not appear that we are the people they want to elect now as a party. So you and I either need to change parties or be okay with it and help young people get elected. I'm okay with that. I've chosen to stay there because I think it's the sanest party.
I got
right now.
issues with the Democrat Party myself.
Oh, so do I,
I guess
but-
everybody does.
But dude, I've been a Catholic my whole life. You know how
Yeah.
many issues I have with them?
Yeah.
I mean, where do we want to start?
That's right.
I have people like, why do you still go? And I go, I don't know, but I do. The reason I'm a Democrat is they're the nicer of the two parties. And I think they're this hatred politics that's playing so
No,
well
man, it's
right
so
now.
divisive, man. I mean, like
Oh, yeah.
there's this guy from Texas has a problem with it.
Yeah.
So, like, Texas is all in the news. You got Brandon Gill. Oh, my God. I
Don't
don't
know.
know if you heard him. Oh, yeah, that guy. And Keith Self. These are all representatives, U.S. representatives from Texas. They also got a deal where we're looking at colonial law to kick out all the Muslims. We're going to round up all the Muslims, kick them out of Texas.
Hate to break it to everybody, Muslims were some of the first people that came in
Yeah.
with the new group of people that took over for the old group of people.
Yeah.
So let's
A lot of the
quit acting
slaves
like there
were
were Jews there.
Muslim,
Right.
that we brought in. So, and I mean, golly, I have to point out all the time what Benjamin Franklin wrote in his autobiography, which you can get as a free ebook on Amazon. Everybody get it on your Kindle app, which is free too. He talked about, hey, the General House in Philadelphia. They're building this house. Hey, man, we're going to build this public house in Philadelphia of general design to where even if the Mufti of Mohammedanism from Constantinople, that's how he wrote it, wanted to talk to the people of Philadelphia and find a
They could.
pulpit at his service.
That's right.
And that's what he wrote in his autobiography about Islam. That's what, Mufti.
You don't have to like it.
A Mufti of Mohammedanism
Yeah.
is a cleric of Islam
Right.
from Constantinople, which is Istanbul. So,
Well,
Yeah.
back then, that
Yeah.
was the city that couldn't be conquered.
yeah.
So, I mean, let's look. The challenge is in America, especially down in the Bible Belt, is
Yeah.
we as a collective, not you and I,
Yeah.
but we as a collective think everybody thinks like we do.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I go to Catholic church service wherever I'm at,
Mhm.
and I've been to some of the creepiest shit you have ever imagined in your entire life in the last month in different cities that looked like they were setups for pedophilia practice.
Mm.
Literally, just off the chain, weird. So that's my own church. And then
Wow.
you take Southern Baptists had some issues with the same stuff.
Yeah.
look, it's the churches you don't hear about is the issue.
Yeah.
The smaller churches in
Yeah.
smaller towns that you don't hear anything about, and it goes on generationally.
Yeah.
I obviously Catholic Church has issues, and hey, any of you that are Catholics, you're welcome to argue with me, but we're going to do it in public, and I'm going to be loud.
Yeah.
I'm telling you up front. I was in a division of it that really and truly was probably pretty left leaning.
Yeah.
And very, very public service oriented. And that's how I learned to be the way I am. This other stuff I want nothing to do with.
No,
and it's in my own church.
Yeah.
So, and I know it's not your thing, but I
Yeah.
thought we'd throw it out there for everybody because everyone's trying to shove this down our throat down
Yeah.
here that's the solution to everything. So okay, I'm a chef.
Yeah.
You know what my solution to everything is? You and I sit down and have a meal. It's very hard to hate each other when you're eating the same foods and learn about how the food was made
Yeah.
and everything else. Everybody thinks their deal is the solution, and it's not.
Yeah.
So explain to me what the divisions are in the Democratic Party here, not just down in Texas.
Yeah, in Oklahoma.
What do we have here? Because Jasmine Thomas, as we've talked about before, did a bunch of stuff I didn't really agree
Yeah.
with her campaign, and I was public about it. I don't mind. I'm okay disagreeing with somebody without being hateful.
Yeah.
And then she kicked everybody's ass.
Yeah.
So she was right. I was wrong. I don't know what it needs to be a 30-year-old mixed race female running for office.
Yeah, I don't know. Oklahoma, I mean, I think the biggest divisions right now with Democrats is just our economic policy. Because there are really socialists out there
Oh,
who know what socialism is. I talked to them. A lot of people don't. They whenever I hear somebody go, well, it's your library and it's your fire department, I'm like, that's not socialism. It's not. I'm sorry. Quit saying that. It makes you look dumb.
Social Security would be a version, I think. That's safe to say, but we
Actually,
paid
it's
in
not.
for it. It's a
It's not.
savings
It's
account.
not. It's
Yeah,
not.
nobody's
It's
giving
not.
a
It's
shit.
not.
Yeah.
It's not
Nobody's
socialism.
giving a shit. You're getting your money back.
Socialism is an economy type where the people, that's the government, because you organize people in governments,
Right.
owns the means of production.
Right.
That's what that means, which means they own the assets,
Okay,
the
but
business.
we have now in America started to take parts of companies.
We have under President Trump.
Which is socialism. That is what it actually is, just so you understand.
Yeah, we want what 15% of whatever company that Trump said, and that's kind of it's quasi-socialism, but it is. We're gonna own the government's gonna own some of these assets. The people is gonna own
Public
some of these
private assets
assets.
drive me
So
crazy.
that's what that is. So like fire department.
Yeah.
It's not an economy. It's not even an economy type. I guess fire service, if you would have put it in its own little deal. But you know what? So this kind of thing where me, man, I mean, like I see it. You know, I talk about, hey man, I'm not for socialism, and other people are.
Yeah.
And it's like that. That's a big turnoff to a lot of people.
Okay, do you know the thing about the Queen of England used to have the monopoly on toilet paper?
Yeah.
And when you bought toilet paper, it literally had the royal stamp on it.
Yeah.
That is socialism. That's a means of production. They produced toilet
They
paper
produced
and
it and
sold it.
it.
And
Well,
the
you know,
Queen made the money.
There's other things, you know, I mean, whenever they do stuff like this, and then there's other, then they mix up communism with it all too, which means lack of class and structure and all this stuff. Like our roads could be considered communism because, hey, no matter what your income level is, no matter what you do in
Everybody
life,
does get to
the
drive.
rules of the road apply to everybody the same.
Whether you pay
and get
gas
the
tax
use
or
of it
not.
easily.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a communist thing.
Yeah.
Now, Oklahoma Turnpike Authority, that may be socialism because they actually own the means of that highway and are charging people and making a bunch of money off of it.
And they can take our land.
GRDA,
Without-
there's another
Yeah.
one too that could be socialist.
So as usual, the Democrats don't message very well.
Yeah, don't message very, and that's the problem with the Democrats.
Uh-huh.
That is the
Yeah.
main problem. They message for crap.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you know, I now I see people go, democratic socialism isn't socialism, and I'm like, that's poor messaging because if it's
Don't
not
use the word.
socialism, don't call it that.
Yeah.
You're just muddying the waters. You're confusing people, and then you're allowing Republicans and conservatives to beat you over the head with it.
And define it.
Yeah, and define it.
Because most people will not pick up a dictionary or Google what the
Yeah.
actual definition is.
And that's the problem.
My favorite thing about you is you will look shit up.
Yeah.
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 That is literally my favorite thing because I'll
We'll
talk about
look it
something.
up.
whether I know it or not.
I'll look
talk
it
about
up.
He
I'll
looks
look
it
it up. I'll look it up. I'll look at the case law on it. I'll check it with against the Constitution, Oklahoma, or
Yeah.
federal U.S. Constitution. I'll look everything up and go, okay. And then I'll refer to my economic books and everything else that I took in college and
Mhm.
figure out what socialism and capitalism
Right.
actually is.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's that I think that's a big beef with people. Yeah, the
That's
messaging is like
Yeah.
all over the place.
And so why did they start picking on each other this time? Because I'm not running for office, and I'm not in an elected position, so I get to say they.
Yeah.
Because I'm just voting for whatever's in
Yeah.
front of me.
Well, we have a podcast that has
We do reach a lot of people.
we've reached a lot of
I
people.
think that's fair.
So I mean
Yeah.
that gives us a little bit of influence. We're influencing.
Hey, tomorrow we are going to do an offshoot podcast at
Yep.
2:00 on a different day with John Croissant out of Tulsa that's running for, I believe it's CD1. And
Okay.
then we've got McIntyre, the guy running
McIntyre.
McIntosh.
McIntyre,
Yeah.
insurance commissioner, and that's next Tuesday.
And that guy is probably one of the best interviewees I've seen
yeah,
in the
man,
Democratic
he's got to
Party.
be insurance commissioner because the
Yeah.
other guys.
Oh, they're going to sell us out.
They're
Those
gonna
guys
sell
just
us
sit
out.
down and
I mean,
take
come on, man. It's definitely insanity. The definition. We're gonna vote for the same people that's
Yeah.
been screwing us over for years to go back to office, so they won't screw us over.
Right.
That's insane.
Yeah, and I think eventually we got to talk to Cindy Munson's folks. And
Yeah.
you know
Cindy Munson.
what do we got to do to get you on? Because
Yeah.
whether people know it or not, just because they see you on TV, they really don't necessarily know who you are.
Yeah.
It's my wife ran for lieutenant governor.
You know,
all over.
and honestly, considering the issues that the other two Republicans have, that
Oh,
running
she
for governor,
has a chance to do well.
she has a chance to do well. I don't know that she's going to win because again, it's a Republican state, way more Republicans.
Well, give
are
people the
registered and
numbers so they
everything
don't
else.
think you and I are being negative. Democrats are what percentage of the voting bloc? 25% if they all
25%.
show up. If
If they
they show up.
Republicans are about 53.
Right, and then independents take up the rest.
Yeah, so in order for a Democrat to win statewide office, they need all the Democrats to vote,
Yeah.
plus all the independents.
To vote for
And then you need to grab some Republicans
Right.
too.
It's
That's
hard.
what you need to win.
Right.
That is, that Sensu would say, no
Probably wouldn't
bueno.
take on that war.
Probably.
Well, I mean, you know what? I mean, you and I talked about running for governor and lieutenant governor. You know why
Yeah.
we didn't run? Because those numbers.
Numbers.
I mean, you just go.
We would
It'd
just
be
do it as
fun.
a protest campaign,
It'd be
really.
fun, and
It'd
maybe,
be fun.
maybe we do it next time,
Maybe do it next
Um,
time.
but not this time.
But not this
and,
time.
and look, the Gina Nelson's campaign will ramp back
Yeah.
up. She was a great interview.
Gina Nelson, oh my God, she comes back on too.
Yeah.
She's doing great against Bice. Oh my God, even Republicans can't stand Bice.
Yeah.
It's
Bush
so
hasn't
great.
done anything. And look,
Man, I get messages from Republicans saying, yeah, you know, she hasn't done anything. She's just kissing butt. Now she's throwing all this stuff out there we know isn't true.
well, so here's a thing. Since
She's the one who voted for that big, beautiful
Yeah.
bill that all of a
Which-
sudden now our hospitals are
come
being
January,
shut down.
come January, it really starts hitting.
Yeah,
They're going to get through the election, then it really starts hitting.
yeah,
When you talk about inflation, if a bag of Lay's potato chips is the same price it was 2 years ago, that's not inflation,
Yeah.
unless it's only half the size.
yeah.
That's whether we like it or not, what she keeps talking about. And so I keep offering to Stephanie and go, I'll take you to the store.
And
show
Republicans
you.
just are about war, whether it's actual war or economic wars or going after
How's that
whoever.
going for us?
Not well.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they decided to put tariffs
On-
again on
on
Canada.
fucking
Canada's like, you
Canada.
know what? 85% of your natural gas imports come from us. 60% of your
And the
energy
border
imports.
towns who
Oh,
have to
my
have
God.
them.
We're just gonna shut that stuff down too. We just won't sell it to you. We're not gonna put a tariff on USA. We're just not gonna sell it to
So
you.
let's talk about this first, because we got a few minutes, couple
Yeah.
minutes. Iran showed everybody how to deal with the U.S.
Economic.
Everyone else is going to follow that
Yeah,
because it's worked.
it worked.
And I'm telling you, if you're a border city with Canada,
Yeah.
all of your heat comes from Canada. And they
Yeah.
shut us off.
Yeah.
Those towns shut down. You
Yeah.
literally have
It
to
is
have
exactly what they're talking about. The guy from Ottawa up there, I guess he's the whoever of Ottawa, whatever they call him. But he was like, yeah, we just tariffs. We're not doing tariffs. We don't need to do tariffs. We just need to cut them off.
Right.
Because
There's
what are they
other
going to do
buyers.
if we cut them
And
off?
there's other buyers.
Yeah, there's other
This is a
buyers.
competitive
We'll just
market.
cut them off, and then their prices can go
Mhm.
way through the roof.
We collectively, not as a people, but as a government, that move into Iran has
Yeah.
showed the world our
No
vulnerability.
vulnerability.
Man.
Because we are addicted to energy, oil,
George Bush said it,
all
baby.
of it, man.
George Bush said
That's
it.
and they know how to screw with that.
God,
Absolutely,
I just-
technology, all of that requires power. That's what all this is, man. It doesn't fly without all
We
that
run
stuff.
on cheap power.
We run on
Cheap power.
and they know how to mess with that now.
Hey, well, they learned their
Right.
lesson. Hey, look, when all of that started, I said, you got to be really careful with the Persians because they have been the best negotiators in the world for, 10,000 years. It isn't new. They all play the long game. They negotiate till the end, and even after the sale, after the agreement, you're still.
Well, now you got all our allies over
Yeah.
there that are Arabs that are like, I don't know if we want this U.S. base. We used to think that it was an asset going to
Yeah.
protect us, but now it may put a big old target on our
Uh-huh.
back.
And they don't have a way to defend it.
They don't have a
All
way
right,
to
get us
defend
out
it.
of here, buddy.
All right, man. This is the Will
Hey.
Rogers Experiment Podcast. It is Tuesday, election day, runoff day here in Oklahoma. Please go vote. Vote no on the state questions, and then vote for your favorite candidates. Otherwise,
John Croissant tomorrow at 2:00.
tomorrow at 2:00, we'll be back. See ya. Good show.
Yeah, that fucking rolled.